This is Spud here from hitstartnow.com coming at you with another quick hit. I spent the last weekend or so playing the bold of the latest Street Fighter game. Anybody who's a regular here or a regular at hitstartnow.com, listen to the podcast, whatever, know that I really enjoy my fighting games. It'd be one of my personal favourite genres of video games. It's up there with like hack and slash. I'm a sucker for a good hack and slash, like Bayonetta and shit like that. But always had a real soft spot for fighters, and I've been playing them since I was a kid, and I probably played them more now than I ever did before. I spent the last weekend, like I said, the last couple of days, it's a Monday now, so the last couple of days playing the balls off it at a local tournament known as Street Fighter Invasion. That's right here in Galway City. It was run by a bunch of guys who run small, kind of almost casual tournaments on a weekly basis on Monday night. The invasion was to draw a bigger crowd, so there was fighters from Cork, fighters from Dublin, fighters from all over the country coming to compete, and it was great crack. And it's one of those things that you've really got to be there to experience. Like I tell a lot of people that I play a high enough level of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat would be my personal game. I play a high enough level of MK to compete at tournaments, and I travel anytime there's an MK tournament. I'll travel to be there. I'll try my best to be there, and I'll fight as hard as I can at said tournament. And anytime I tell people this, they always give you this look like, really? You're going to play a game where you hammer a load of buttons. Would you get it? Good at it, are you? That's all it is. Slapping the fucking buttons. 100 hand slapping those buttons. That's not the crack. There's really something to fighting games that I don't think can be rivaled by any other competitive style of gaming or anything else that I've really experienced. There's a level of adrenaline involved that fighters seem to refer to it as hype. I think that's a bullshit word I've said before. So I think it's this level of adrenaline and level of focus almost that can't be. I can't see it being replicated in anything else. It's the bare essentials of fighting. The fact that it's just one-on-one, two lads staring each other down within the game, and within 2 to 3 minutes, one of those guys is going to be it. You know, you've travelled across country for what could be a 2 to 3 minute fight. That intensity is absolutely incredible. And, well, I got to straight up got the shit kicked out of me at Street Fighter Invasion here in Galway yesterday. Street Fighter, I'm not very good at Street Fighter. I never was. I always enjoy it. But after coming out of something like that, and the Mortal Kombat tournaments, and any other tournaments that someone competes in, I don't know if it's just me, but after I come out, whether I do well, whether I get my fucking head kicked in, it doesn't matter. I always come out with this incredible drive towards my next fight. I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to improve. As soon as that KO comes up, you think about the woulda, shoulda, and coulda of what you were doing. I could have hit him with this. When he did that, I could have counterattacked with this. You know, there's always so much to it. There's so many variables in such a short space of time that it's off the chart, and with such a high level of execution in most of these games as well. It's absolutely incredible, and it's really, you've got to be in it to experience it. But you don't have to be playing it to really experience it. If you've got a bare understanding of fighting games in general, you can kind of experience it by just being there. Like there were many people there yesterday, for example, who didn't play fighters. They were just there because their mates played it, or just to see what the crack was. And once the big games come around, the finals, the semi-finals, everybody's quiet. Everybody's biting their nails, you know what I mean? Everybody's waiting to see what happens. Everything gets so intense. It's incredible. And it's just this feeling, this vibe, this incredible vibe that I can't really put my finger on. You know, I don't get it from any other type of game. I play all types of games across the boards. You know, you name it, I play it unless it's got the words FIFA attached to it, which after that, I played a ball of it. But the likes of Mortal Kombat, the likes of Street Fighter, fighting games in general, bring it up to such an intense level when you're in that fight. Whether even if I'm just sitting at home watching Evo, it's like glued to the screen. I'm holding on to it so tight. You're gunning for somebody, and you don't want that somebody to fall. You know, whether he be the underdog or whether he be the main event, the fucking champ to be, the main contender. You're gunning, and there's just something about that level of intensity. You know, that I'd say a lot of people might get, say, watching a favourite football team, for example, or whatever the case may be. I get it from competing in fighting games, from watching fighting games, from even if it's just a case of myself and 2 or 3 of my mates having casuals which seem to stretch on for about 12 hours when we get together. But that's cool, because every time the fight's over, you want another one. You can't hit start fast enough. You can't hit start now. Yeah, I went there. You can't hit start fast enough to get into the next fight, to get involved, to go, I know what he's doing. I can get him this time. Or, he ain't going to get me this time. It was close last time. I ain't letting him get away with it. No way. You know, whether you win or lose, you can't wait to dive back in. It's incredible. It's this off the wall feeling that I don't think people who don't play the games understand, because it's such a mess. It can look like such a mess of just random attacks and defense that if you're not involved, it's hard to make sense of. You know, it looks like nonsense button bashing, but it's not. It's got to be so precise. Everything's got to be split second. You know, if not, you're getting blown up. But along the way, even for those who don't play the games, who want to come along and have a look, there are so many people at these events that everybody's friendly as hell. You know what I mean? There's so many people that you're going to get to know a few guys. You're going to get to know a few of the guys that fight. You know, maybe they don't fight. Maybe they're just hanging out the same as you are. You know, maybe they're just there to take in the atmosphere, breathe it all in. You know, I think over the last say 2 months or so since I've been going to these little regular street fights every Monday night, I think I've probably met more people and made more friends in that space, the small space of time, than I have since I moved to Galway full stop. You know what I mean? And I'm here a couple of years now, like, you know. It's an incredibly social event. Everybody's just having a beer and having a good time. There's a couple of video games we played as well. Cool, I'll kick your ass in that. You know, everybody's just having a crack. You know, it's really enjoyable. It's really, really enjoyable. And then you get to watch all of these fights and see what everybody's doing, suss out your opponents, suss out, maybe even see moves from your own character that you haven't seen before, and go, holy shit, how did he do that? So you hit him up after the fight and go, dude, that move, that was incredible. What the hell was that? You know, in Mortal Kombat, I'm a katana player, for example. I remember having a big fight against another katana player in Dublin there about a year ago. And the two of us played 2 completely different styles of katana. That after the game we were both like, what the hell? How did you do that? How did I do that? How did you do that? There's something about it. And there's always a learning curve. There's always more to do. There's more to learn. You know, there's always a bigger fish. You know, no matter how good you are, there's always somebody slightly above you, and you're going to have to work harder to get to them. You know, and since I've just come out of the tournament, that's how I feel at the moment. I feel, little fish. You know, I'm looking at all these big fish, I'm a little fish. I want to get better and become one of the bigger boys, fight harder, and be better at the game. And that's the drive you have afterwards. You come out going, yeah, give me the next fight. Can't wait for the next fight. You know, you'll put the hours in and you'll practice. And, you know, it's off the charts. It really is. It's a level of adrenaline that I've never felt from anything else. I've done a lot of fucking weird and stupid shit over the years that would induce a lot of adrenaline, but the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, Killer Instincts, everything else, Tekken, the level of adrenaline you get off playing them against other guys who know how to play them is just, it's off the charts. And personally, I can't wait for my next fight. This is Spud from HitStartNow.com, signing off. Good luck. If you enjoyed this video or indeed any of the other videos on the Hit Start Now YouTube channel, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, hit us up on Twitter and Facebook at HitStartNow. And of course, check us out, HitStartNow.com. Thank you very much. Good luck.